Welcome back to Smarter Builders Points of Claim Pleadings, Part 2 on how to plead a points of claim at VCAT. So in Part 2 we'll focus on how to plead. A points of claim is supposed to answer one question, and that question is, what must the other side meet? Start with what to plead. Plead material facts only and the facts that establish liability. Dates, conduct, breaches and consequences. If the fact does not advance your... Next is how to plead. Short paragraphs, only one fact per paragraph. Keep the language very neutral. It's not about advocacy, it's about structure. The easier and more structure it reads, the better it is to convince VCAT of what you're after. The next thing is to avoid things like pleading evidence, pleading your submissions, pleading your emotions, or making any commentary, or making any final conclusions. Don't talk about things that are about unreasonable or unfair behaviour by, for example, the builder, unless the statute requires it. Now let's talk about particulars. Particulars explain how the pleaded facts are said to have occurred. They're not repetition of the pleading itself, they're more of a clarification. They talk about dates, locations, methods, amounts. So if a paragraph raises a question about it, particulars answer those. Include things like a breach, which is linked back to a contractual clause or a statutory obligation. And each of those must identify a loss which is causally connected to that breach. It must be caused by the breach. So if you can't connect it by causation or causal link, it doesn't belong there. Finally, your prayers for relief. Be precise. State the orders that you're after. If you're after money, state it. Rectifications, declarations, interest or costs, state it. VCAT won't grant you something that you haven't asked for. A disciplined pleading will control your case, and a sloppy pleading will hand over control to the others.